Hope this day finds you safe, healthy, happy, and thriving. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're doing it, I just hope you're having a good time and making the most of your life. Sorry, I'm leaning into the camera here. I completely did not adjust my lighting, so I look a little bit lit up there today. Let's tone it down a little bit here. And there you go. That looks a whole lot more civilized, doesn't it? It's a little shiny on the forehead there, but what are you gonna do? Sometimes your forehead is shiny. Just running a little late today. Just barely got on here on time. Didn't even have time to make my CBD infused coffee. Although you all know it's the best CBD infused coffee on the world. It's 5 milligrams of CBD in every cup, along with some chaga mushroom for your health. It's a great pick me up in the afternoon without keeping you awake at night, which is a big deal for me. That's really why I enjoy it. Because as time has gone by, the ability to drink coffee late in the day has diminished dramatically. So, this is the New Thought Media Network. I'm Ken Ludwig, and you are watching Vibrant Living. And I hope that's exactly what you're doing: is living vibrantly, enjoying yourself, having a good time. The got a excuse me here. I'm having a little thing going on down in my throat here today, so I'm gonna have a swig of water along with some XE trim in there. Another great energy booster that I love. It's very, 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 very subtle. Um, no flash and crash. You just kind of feel really good. So I guess the first place we go here is we're going to go see Mr. Holmes, Dr. Holmes, and see what he has to say. Let's go to the very front of the book here and see what we get. This is, you know, this is something that I highlighted. It's not one of the quotes, one of the italicized quotes in the book, but I'm going to read this one anyway, just because it's what came up. When the first house was lighted with electricity, the darkness did not groan and say, "How long have I been dark? How ignorant have been those who have permitted this darkness? What grievous mistakes they have made." The darkness said nothing when the light spoke, and the light shone in that darkness, and the darkness was not. There were no devious paths other than the discovery of the light. There was no judgment of darkness against the light. There was no action of darkness upon the light. The light merely exclaimed, "Behold, I come." And the darkness disappeared. Interesting. The subject for today was peace on earth. Is it even possible? And peace and wow, I'm sorry about the lights. I apologize. Peace and the light can, to me, in a lot of ways, are synonymous. You know, the they always say the absence of peace is war, and that's not true. Really, the absence of peace is destruction, and because that's what happens when there is no peace, things are destroyed. There's chaos, and we have a lot of that. It would appear going on right here and right now in this world, and it's a little bit spooky on many many levels because it feels in some instances like there will be no peace. By the way, I don't know how to cue this up. I wanted to cue it up for the show today, and I don't know how to do it. And what I'm going to do is, while I'm talking here, I'm going to see if I can find this, and maybe we'll see if we can play it for you. But there's a Christmas song. Um, I believe it's called "I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day," but it might just be called "Peace on Earth." But it's by a group called Counting Crowns, and it's my all favorite Christmas song. But the subject of it is peace on earth, and I don't know if I'll be even able to find it. There we go. Oh, it's not Counting Crowns; it's Casting Crowns. Um, and the song is called "I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day." I was right. Okay, so it's I'm just going to play it. If you're listening out there, let me know that you can hear this. thinking you should be able to hear this. So I don't know if you could hear that. I got some feedback that it wasn't very loud. I'm not. I'm not sure that didn't have more to do with me than with the song and my limited technical abilities. But it is my favorite Christmas song, and it is the. It is. I really love it, but the subject matter is what I love. I think the idea of peace on earth, and is it even possible? Is it? Um, the violence in the world, the disinformation in the world, the misinformation, the division, the divisiveness, the hatred, the violence, the threatening of people who we disagree with. It's just it's mind numbing, and I truly believe in my heart that we are here to live a peaceful life. We are here to perpetuate peace on earth. And if the question is how do we do that? Of course, same old story. The question is, how do we do it? Doesn't matter what the question is. The answer is love. The answer is always love. And how do we then step into that space of loving uh, versus all the things I just mentioned? Those with whom we disagree, those who are violent. We have this insanity going on in Ukraine and with Russia, and we have this unbelievable mess that's going on right as I speak here with Hamas in the Gaza Strip and Israel, and it's sourced from different places. The thing with Ukraine and Russia is all about power. The thing with Gaza and Israel is 100% about hate. I mean, the terrorist group Hamas exists in their charter. It states, I don't have the exact verbiage, but it states that their purpose is to annihilate Israel and to annihilate all Jews. How do you step into a space of loving in that, with that, where that is concerned? How do you do that? How is that possible? And I think the answer is not about focusing on loving them. I don't think it's about focusing on loving the Israelis and their cause, or loving the Palestinians and the unbelievable damage that Hamas is going to cause on their own people because of what they've done. It's not about that. It's not about loving Ukrainians or loving Russians, or God forbid, loving Putin, or but whoever. However, it's about loving from within. It's about my sense of love in the world, my sense of knowing right here in this moment, everything in my life is perfect. Nothing's wrong. Here I am doing my podcast. Nothing's wrong. There are no, for context, there are no bombs landing around my house. There's no iron dome shooting down missiles that are flying in over my head. There's no terrorists running through the streets, knocking on doors and shooting people. I'm sitting in my little studio in my home in Mocksville, North Carolina, talking to you, and everything is fine. And it's easy for me then, when I'm doing this, when I'm in this space, to think in terms of love and loving. Now, it's not so easy when I'm doing my daily everything else, whether it's work or play or whatever. It's not so, there's judgment, there's other people, and we all have this tendency to do our judgy thing, whatever that looks like. For each of us, it's a different thing. But for me, I'm focusing on the idea that I need to love the situation. I need to love the circumstances of my life, not be focused on what someone else is doing, not be focused on the terror in the world, the wars in the world, what's going on where, the insane earthquakes in Afghanistan. None of that is really my reality in this moment. It's not where I am. And rather than sending love to people, my idea is to just live in love, in a space of love, loving all things, loving all that unfolds, knowing that everything that is happening in this moment, this is a hard part for me sometimes. This is the divine experiencing itself as its creation, and its creation is you and me and the flowers, the grass, the trees. Its creation is everything that we experience is the creation of the divine. And in one sense or another, it is the divine in form. And as long as it is all the divine in form, then all I need to be conscious of is loving the divine within me, loving the divine in, around, and through me and all of creation, and living in that space. That, to me, is a lifting of my consciousness. And if I lift my consciousness around a philosophy of love, your consciousness is coming with me. Why? There's no place else for your consciousness to go. It's the old rising tide lifts all boats. There's no place else for your consciousness to go but to come with me and to enjoy the same space with me. So I don't want to go over that and over that and over that, but Dr. Holmes talked about the light and the darkness here in our reading today, and the love is the light, and the darkness is everything else. And when the love steps into the room, the darkness comprehendeth it not. Love is all there is. Wow, that's really funny. And love is all you need. In the words of the great Beatles song. There was several years ago when I was still in Colorado at Mile High Church, we used to have a congregant would come up and do a reading pertinent to the minister's message for the day. And one day, Reverend Josh Reeves was going to do a message on a little book that he wrote, which basically the 10 Commandments according to the Beatles or something, or the Beatles and the 10 Commandments or something like that. And he had me come up and do the reading. And the reading was from All You Need Is Love. And it was and my goal, my purpose was to read it as prose and to not make it sound like the song All You Need Is Love. Just a little side note. But all you need is love. Every question, the answer is love. Doesn't matter what it is. But the love is not something external to me or to us or something we send out to. I could see Lisa's watching, Yutka's watching. I could send them love all day long, but that's not what it's about. What it's really about is being in a place of love. Now, how do we do that? Well, I always have, my answer is almost always the same. It's DSP, daily spiritual practice. If you want to come from a place of love, it starts with meditation. If you sit in the silence and listen for that guidance on demand, right? GOD, guidance on demand. The voice of the divine is in the silence if you just sit and listen. I had a conversation with one of my affiliates in my business yesterday around the idea of meditation, and she struggles with the meditation piece, and I gave her a little thing to do. Focus your attention. If you have a mantra, great. If you have music to listen to, great. If you don't have anything, I would suggest that you find a really great piece of music to listen to. And the best way to do that, just go to YouTube, meditation music. You will get more meditation music than you are capable of listening to from now on the day till the day you die. You'll get more music you can listen to if you listen to it all friggin' day. I mean, there's that much of it. But get one of those that really works for you. And then focus your attention between your eyebrows, just above your nose, and your third eye. Now, the thing that comes to me about the third eye is, we think of eye, and your eyes see, and your eyes look out and see all that's around you. In fact, 80% of the information that your brain processes comes in through your eyes. But suppose the third eye is not looking out here. Suppose the third eye is only looking within. So focus the attention on the third eye and what is in me, what is within my being. And that's a place of meditation where one can actually experience that sense of love, feeling love. And if you've got something going on in your body, have a little sense of loving your body, loving your upset stomach, loving your headache, loving the organs that are affected. Send them love. There's an old story. Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith at Agape Church had a congregant who was suffering from some kind of a liver ailment. I don't remember exactly. I'm sorry, kidney ailment. I don't remember exactly what it was. And what Michael had everyone do was he had the entire congregation go home that week and love their own kidneys. Who knows how many people did it? But I have no doubts that if Michael said do it, there were plenty of people that left Agape and went home and for the week loved on their own kidneys. At the end of the week, the woman who had the kidney problems had no more kidney problems. That's an interesting piece for me. That's an interesting piece of the puzzle. And I apologize if we're having an internet problem here. I think I can see a little internet fluctuation in front of me on my screen. But anyway, that's a great example, though, because as everyone loved on their own kidneys, the raising of consciousness of just around kidneys assisted this woman with her ailment. Going to that place of love, loving me, loving my circumstances, loving my life, grateful for my life, loving my health, loving and loving my health even where there might be ill health or dis-ease, to love that organ, as I said earlier, or those organs that are being affected by whatever's going on. That love radiates from us, and love comes from the heart, not from the head. All right, and if you know anything about the vibrations of the body, the heart generates an electromagnetic field that is at least measurable 3 feet from the body, but some people say that there's no limits to where it can be measured, or there is no outer limit to the electromagnetic field of the heart. If we are loving from the heart space, if we are here and we recognize that this is what we feel in the world, we feel love into our existence, then we can't help but lift the consciousness around us into a space of love. I don't know. I don't think for a minute that there's anything else we can do on this planet that is going to be of more help to all the people who are in distress, who are in war, who are in natural disasters like the earthquakes in Afghanistan. I don't think there's anything else we can do but come from that place of love. Be in a place of love. That's really all I got for you today. I hope that's something. I hope it means something. I want you to always remember that New Thought Media Network is a nonprofit organization, and we live and breathe by virtue of your donations. So if you would go to newthoughtmedia.org, that's ntmedia.org, and click on donate, we would be absolutely immensely grateful for anything and everything you deign to give us. The other thing you should remember is that sponsor of this show is HempWorks. HempWorks is one of the 24 brands under the umbrella of My Daily Choice. You can go to mydailychoice.com/Ken Ludwig, and that is my actual page, and it will take you right to you can find the HempWorks page right there. Why can't I ever get that right? There you go. That's my 750 milligram peppermint CBD. It is the best. And I told you I'm having a little throat thing go on today. So I think we'll just have a little dose. Have a dropper full under the tongue. Promotes homeostasis in the entire body. Also, remember the giving season is coming. The buying season. Isn't the giving season really the buying season? If you know people who love essential oils, I can get you the absolute best essential oils you will find anywhere in the world. And I'll tell you this, there is one of my dear friends in business with me. Her next door neighbor is a rep for the most well-known name in essential oils on the planet. And they are dear friends. And when we introduced the mantra essential oils at My Daily Choice, my friend gave her next door neighbor a sample of them. And her next door neighbor said, oh my God, not only do you have a better price, but they're more potent and last longer than the ones that I've been selling. And trust me when I tell you, it's the biggest name in all of in all the essential oil world. One other thing I want to tell you is I've been having a little bit of an issue with my stomach lately. I got a thing going on with my stomach. Let's put it that way. Okay. And I have another brand under the My Daily Choice umbrella is Body Melt. Body Melt has this probiotic and prebiotic combination called Microbio. If you want to have the best probiotic you've found anywhere on the planet, try this. Just get with me and I'll be glad to tell you. Anyway, boy, a lot of commercials here for me today. Remember, you can find me on Instagram at evolving_hippie. That's me, the old hippie, evolving_hippie. And if you want to send me an email, you can find me at Team Rocket Now. That's Team Rocket Now at gmail.com. That's rocket like rocket baby. Not rocket like rocket ship. And what else have I got for you here? One more time. New Thought Media Network, nonprofit organization. Click ntmedia.org. Donate. We're grateful for everything you give us. As always, I am immensely grateful for the amazing gift of your time and your attention. I hope you will join me next Thursday and every Thursday at 2:00 Mountain Time, 4:00 Eastern Time. I wish you all the love and all the blessings that the universe has to offer. And until the next time, my friends, namaste.